Alright, how we doing? My name's Ashton. Let's talk about music. In today's video, I'm going to be continuing my album collection mini-series. And today's video is going to be a little bit longer than the previous couple because I have more albums on this artist. And this artist is one of my favourite artists of all time. This is a video on Disturbed. Now, I have all physical copies of all of Disturbed albums, apart from Evolution, because I wasn't so fussed on that. And I'm not sure if they've released their new album yet. They probably have done. I'm not really up to date on the times, to be honest. But I haven't got Evolution and the latest one, so we're going to go through the first 7. I also don't have any of the live albums because I don't really like live albums, to be honest. I prefer listening to studio stuff. So, first up, we have the first one. Disturbed The Sickness, with a pretty gnarly looking album cover like. This album is great. This album is fantastic. Hands down, just a legendary album. It's got Voices, it's got The Game, Stupefy, and of course their Down with the Sickness, which is probably their greatest track. Even if not in terms of like technicalities and whatnot, but like just because it's their most famous one. It's a really good track as well. Violence Fetish, Fear, Want, Conflict, Shout 2000, which is a cover of Tears for Fears' Shout, which my mum doesn't like, but I do. I think it's fantastic. I heard this before I heard the original, to be fair, though, and that's fair enough, you know. If some people think they might have ruined it, I think they fucking did. I think they did a great job, like, personally. Dropping Plates, Meaning of Life, God of the Mind, which is a great one, and then it's got a few live ones as well, because it is the anniversary edition, I believe. 20th anniversary edition? Probably. Yeah, anyway. Disturbed's The Sickness. Very, very good album, and you should check it out. It is fantastic. Really, really good. It's a lot more dark than the rest of their albums. This was like... It's quite a dark album, but it's good. It's very good. You should check it out. Next, Disturbed's second album, which has a parental advisory sticker on it, which the first one doesn't. Oh no, wait, no, it does. This one actually has the sticker on it because I haven't peeled it off yet. This is Believe, which has got all the symbols of faith and stuff like that on it. It's got a pentagram in it as well because, yeah, why not? But yeah, this album isn't one of my favourites, but it's still a good album. It's got Prayer and Liberate on it, which are two very, very good Disturbed songs. Liberate's a great song. It's also got Awaken and I like Believe. Believe is a good song. Believe is a very, very... I know a lot of artists that have done a song called Believe. What was it? Breaking Benjamin have done a song called Believe. Did AFI do one as well? Yeah, Believe anyway, it's good. Remember, Intoxication, Rise, Mistress, Breathe, Bound, Devour, and Darkness, which is not a metal song in the slightest. It's very, very sad, that song. But it's really good. David Draymond's voice is fantastic, man. It only gets better and better with age as well. Fantastic. I've only seen them live once. I saw them when they were touring with In Flames and Avenged Sevenfold, and that was a great gig. Really, really good gig. They played Stricken and Drop B. I was well happy. Yeah. Disturbed's Believe. No. Yeah, it is Believe. Yeah, Disturbed's Believe. Excellent, yeah. Check it out. Next one is the first album I ever bought with my own money. I bought it for my dad for Christmas. I think I've explained this before, but for those who haven't seen it, I'll explain again. Yeah, I bought it for my dad for Christmas and then asked if I could borrow it to listen to it, and then had it on repeat for months. Months and months and months. It is, of course, Disturbed's 10,000 Fists. This is a great album, and pretty much all of the songs on this album are great, are like 5-star songs for me. 10,000 Fists, Just Stop, Guarded, Deify, Stricken, I'm Alive, Sons of Plunder, Overburdened is an incredibly underrated Disturbed track. It's very sad and slow, but it's just great. And the guitar solo isn't necessarily like the most complicated or like it's not fast or anything like that. But it's such a great guitar solo. It adds so much mood to the song. Honestly, Overburdened's a good song. Decadence, which I've recently learned to play on guitar, is very, very good. Forgiven, Land of Confusion, which is another cover, and I'm not sure who the original band is, but my mother also hates this song because she likes the original as well. Personally, I like covers, you know. I might do a video on covers one day, to be honest, because some covers are great. Sacred Lie, the most criminally underrated Disturbed song of all time. Sacred Lie is a banger. Check out Sacred Lie, it's brilliant. Pain Redefined, and the only track that I would consider subpar on this album, Avarice, which is the end track. It's got such a great riff to it, really, really great. It's heavy and it makes you want to get up and do stuff. But they ruined the chorus, man. They ruined the chorus, and it's such a shame because it would be a great track if they hadn't done that. But yes, check it out. Disturbed's 10,000 Fists, one of the greatest albums of all time, in my personal opinion. Next, another fantastic album. Go away, battery saver. Yes, I know. How much battery have I got? 19%. We'll be fine for this video. Right. Yeah. Apparently I picked this up for $5.99 because I haven't taken the sticker off this either. This is Disturbed's Indestructible. And look at that album. Oh, that's fantastic. Look at it. He's on fire and he's not dying because he's indestructible. Yes. This has got some great songs on it. Indestructible. Inside the Fire. One of Disturbed's top songs. Very, very good. Deceiver. The Night. Perfect Insanity, which was one of the first tracks I ever learned to play on guitar. Not properly, but like the main sort of riff. Haunted, which is great. Enough is, again, one of those yearning songs. It's quite sad, but it's very, very good. The Curse, Torn, Criminal, Divide, and Facade. This album is a very, very good album, and I recommend you check it out. Disturbed's Indestructible with some great album art. Check it out. Album number 5 is, out of the albums I own, probably my least favourite, to be honest. It's very, very good, and I knew a person who this album was his favourite Disturbed album, and that's fair enough. I mean, if you like it, you like it. It's just personally not one of mine. Again, more great album artwork. This is Asylum. Check that out. Excellent. This has got some good songs on it as well. My personal favourites from this are Asylum, the title track, and The Animal, which is about being a werewolf, which is actually a very, very good song. It's also got Remnants, The Infection, Warrior, Another Way to Die, Never Again, Crucified, Serpentine, My Child, Sacrifice, and Innocence. Disturbed's Asylum, check it out. If you like it, you like it. It's not one of my favourites, but that doesn't mean you have to listen to my opinion. This is just my opinion after all. Check it out. Disturbed's Asylum. Album number 6 was released after Disturbed went on their hiatus for a little bit. I'm not sure how long the hiatus was. But yeah, they basically released an album full of B-sides and rarities. It says here, The Lost Children, first official collection of Disturbed B-sides and rarities, on that sticker there. Very scary looking album cover. But yeah, these are all songs that they neglected to release or put on like not full versions of albums and stuff like that. Hell opens with Hell, which is a great song. Very much check that out. A Welcome Burden, This Moment, Old Friend, Monsters, great song as well. Run, Leave It Alone, Two Worlds, God of the Mind, which was on the first album, but this version is better. I'm not even sure if it's different, to be honest, but I think it's probably the mix. I think, yeah, God of the Mind on this album is very good. Sickened, Mine, Parasite, Dehumanized, 3. Midlife Crisis, which is a cover from another band. Again, I'm not sure. I don't listen to the old stuff that Disturbed cover. I mean, they're not exactly young anymore. They cover old 80s and 90s stuff, and I think they do it very well, personally. And it ends with a Judas Priest cover. They cover Living After Midnight by Judas Priest, and it's such a great song. And the intro to the song that they do... The intro to Living After Midnight is a cover of a different song, but only the drums. It's Painkiller by Judas Priest, which is very, very good. Check it out. Disturbed's The Lost Children. Good album. And to the last physical copy of Disturbed albums that I have is one of my favourite albums by Disturbed. It doesn't sound like original Disturbed. They've definitely evolved their sound and changed a bit. They went from sounding like a dark nu metal vibe band to, well, whatever they are now, which is brilliant. It's Immortalized, of course, which, again, great album artwork. I love this, and I love the logo. It's brilliant. But this album starts off with such a great intro. It starts off with like a minute 20 intro with like synths and an amazing guitar solo, and then goes into, like, the song fades into Immortalize, the title track, which is heavy. And they tuned down for this album as well. For a few songs, they tuned to drop B, which was, it's chunky, it's good, like, it's crunchy. It's crunchy, yeah, exactly. Then it's got the Vengeful one, which was the first single they released from that album, which got everybody hyped because they'd come back from their hiatus. Open Your Eyes, The Light, which got very, very famous. When I went to see them live and they played The Light, they got everybody to use the torches on their phone, and when he said The Light, we all had to lift our hands up and shine it, and the whole room was like illuminated. It was brilliant. What Are You Waiting For? An underrated Disturbed song, I think. It's great. You're Mine, which I wasn't expecting, because it's not heavy, but I'm pretty sure it's about, like, loving someone. I think it's about his missus. And it gives me chills every single time. It's really, really good song. Check it out. Who, Save Our Last Goodbye, Fire It Up. And then, of course, their massively famous cover of Simon and Garfunkel, The Sound of Silence, which sounds nothing like the original, but it's still very, very good. Very, very good. Never Wrong, and it ends on a high note at Who Taught You How to Hate, which is such a great song. Drop B again. Lovely, lovely stuff. So, yes, Disturbed, Immortalized. Check it out. Check out Disturbed. Disturbed are awesome. One of my all-time favourite bands. I really, really love Disturbed. So, yes, thank you for joining me today for my album collection mini-series update on the legendary band Disturbed. Yes. Thank you for joining me, and as always, have a good morning, day, evening, night, wherever you may be on the face of the earth. Ta-ra.